Hey, how's it going, you swell individuals? It's been a while, like a really long while, since we've done a cracked Genshin tier list. I'm pretty sure this is like the first one we've done since Fontaine, so we did add all of the Fontainian characters. However, we are gonna be removing the NPCs from this spinny wheel of spinniness. Because the roster's getting so big at this point, like, bro. We are gonna be keeping, like, the main looking characters. So Pymon's still gonna be on the wheel, Dottore Dainsliff, and Madam Ping is gonna be for this video, just because I needed an even amount of characters, and yeah. But anyway, today's tier list is gonna be detective partners. So we're gonna be randomly pairing the characters into teams of 2, and they're gonna solve mysteries together. So we'll go through the tiers real quick. We have the world famous detectives. This is gonna be that team that they have a look at your outfit and they can tell everything you did today. They're like, your button's undone, you must be an alcoholic, like that kind of thing. Then we have the team of intellectuals. Then we have Go Solo, probably big brain. This one goes hand in hand with abandoned by partner. So, if one member is carrying the team too much, maybe they'll chuck their associate to the side, but it kind of depends on what kind of a character they are. Then we have your intermediate detectives. So just your run-of-the-mill, they go to a crime scene, they can deduce that someone is dead because there's blood. No, they're a little smarter than that. We have could solve easy crimes, the Blues Clues level. So they'll probably have a couple of fails from time to time, but it still works out every now and then. They can still feed themselves, which is good. Then we have the collective brain power is too small. Example, let's say someone like Ito gets paired with someone like yeah, someone like Pymon. Yeah, that would be a collective small brain issue. Then we have the might kill each other, a teamwork issue. So this is for the team that they might be smart, yes, but they might also want to stab each other in the esophagus. Wait, I don't know why my brain went to that first, but it's fine. They're gonna kill each other. Moral of the story. So let's get into the first random team of the day. Ooh. Why do I feel like Kaili low-key might be a good detective for like murder crime scenes? Yeah, okay, wait, that's still good. That's still good. We almost had a canon pair with Sino and Kaili, but Candace Kaili is kind of wholesome as heck. So this gives off a lot of mother and daughter vibes. Like, I don't think Kaili is gonna go into PTSD mode with Candace around. Like, she sees her getting a little weird. She's like, let's take a break, Kaili. We've seen a lot of blood today. Wanna have some pudding with me? Yes, they're investigating a murder crime scene and they take a break for snacks. I love it. So, in terms of collective brain power, I think they're both pretty smart. I think Kaili would be nerfed depending on who her partner is. But the fact that she's with her mom for the day, or sorry, her career mother, yes, I think it would go pretty well. I'm gonna say it's intermediate, not quite super intellectual though. Nah, I think Kalei's experience with the doctor might help them in certain scenarios. But at the same time, it might also be a nerf because she'd be too traumatized depending on how fucked up the crime scene is. She starts looking at the blood. Candace is like, Kaili, are you okay? She just has the voice in her head of Dottore. Kaili, it's time for another experiment. But you could also say vice versa, that she's used to it. So I'm still gonna leave them there. I think it's a wholesome dynamic. Kaili would be really interesting as a detective. It's kind of funny.
Next team.
Next, we got the girl Dea. We're getting all the Sumeru characters, it seems. Very epic, yes, quite.
Ooh. Ooh.
When the mercenary and the lawyer meet up. Wait, that's kind of cool. The more I think about this dynamic, the more I kind of love it. Because personality-wise, they'd get along. Like, they're both really outgoing and social people. Dea's gonna go up to someone who looks mildly suspicious and be like, all right, spill the beans. You're the killer, aren't you? I can tell by your eyebrows. They look mildly suspicious. Dea's gonna get so into it, and Yanfei being the partner, I think is gonna have to hold her back from getting too aggressive with potential perpetrators. She's just like holding Dea by the arms. Okay, I have to use a bit of that Adeptus strength to hold this girl back. But low-key, I think Yanfei would get aggressive in her own way. Like, if she suspects someone, she pulls out the rule book and is like, now if you confess now, you'll get a lighter sentence. And Dea's in the back like, yeah, you better confess, bitch. No, this is such a fun dynamic duo. I imagine them going out for drinks after a day of detectiving. These are new besties for life in my head. I'm gonna say this is a really good team. I'm gonna say it's kind of a team of the intellectuals. I know people associate Dea more with like the muscles. She knows how to fist. Sorry, she knows how to punch her opponents. But she can use her brain, and when she has a level-headed partner like Yanfei, yeah, I think this is going to be a really good team overall. I like that. I want them to meet now, low-key.
Ooh.
Nah, Nahida would be such a giga-brain, low-key sassy detective.
Oh my god, wait.
Okay. Okay, I think we know where this is going. Let's get into it, though. Funny enough, I was expecting the Traveler to be like the big brain character of whatever group they were a part of, but then the God of Wisdom walks into the room like the sassy lost child. Except no, she's not lost. She's right at home as Detective Sure Ida. Yes, Sure Ida and what? Yeah, okay. I can kind of see Aether low-key being her assistant. Like, the thing is, he's insanely well-versed in everything, because he's probably like the oldest character on this list, along with his sister. So, Nahida's like strolling up to the crime scene. All of the police officers are like, hey, why is there a child here? Go home, little girl, you shouldn't be here. And Aether pulls out their badges. He's like, she's a private investigator, let her go. And they're like, oh, sorry, young miss. She's like, it's fine, here, have a donut. Wait, why do I feel like she'd be the nicest detective ever? She gives all of the police officers at the crime scene donuts so they leave. And then her and Aether have like the whole place to themselves. And she just looks at the blood and she's like, okay, I can deduce that the criminal just moved to Hawaii. Like, nah, the slightest hint she finds, bro. She's gonna be able to figure out the whole crime so quickly. Like, if it was personal, if it was just a random accident, she's gonna know. She's gonna be like feeling the person's face. She's like, all right, this person was clearly crying 3 hours and 13 minutes ago. It must have been an emotional struggle or some shit like that. And then Aether, I feel like, is just following her around. He throws his opinion out there every now and then, but she's kind of carrying this. But Aether would be a good solo detective as well. Either way, I'm gonna say they're world famous. Like, it doesn't matter what firm you are, you're gonna know who's Sure Ida. And, wait, what was his name again? Wather, yeah, Wather. I can't fucking do this. Yeah, they're gonna be great.
I miss this guy. This is good time.
Okay, although the brain cells might not be the best, there might be a little bit of rabies. He might be pretty good, Razor. We have my wife and my son as a team. I love this shit, dog. I can't do this shit. So we have Chlorine and Razor. This is so cute, bro. Because what we've seen from Chlorine, like how she was with Navia, she's actually such a caring person, aside from being the baddest bitch in town. And I feel like she's also really smart, because she's like the king of the duel ring. And yes, even though that's physical, I feel like she's good at analyzing things, like analyzing her opponent's movements. So she can analyze the crime scene. Ooh, and Razor can smell the crime scene. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say before. He's gonna be like the dog. No. He's a good boy. He's gonna learn on the job. Mama's gonna take such good care of him. Especially if the crime was like a murder, like if someone got like gunned down or something, she's gonna be able to look at the gun holes and be like, all right, this was a 9mm revolver that shot this hole. Like she's gonna know all the weapons, where they're from, that kind of thing. So it would definitely help with the investigation, yes. And Razor just goes up to the bodies. He's like, I think this person is deceased. Now, this is such a good dynamic, guys. I'm gonna say it's probably closer to the intermediate level. I don't think it's quite like top tier, but it's still a nice little thing they got going. I could see them working at like a detective firm, yeah. And Razor always makes Chlorine's coffee in the morning because he's a good boy. She takes good care of him. Nah, I love that. That's such a good first partner for Chlorine.
That was cool. I love it. Good shit.
Next, we got Mama Ningguang. Ooh, yeah, she's a big brain businesswoman. The fuck are these? This is so weirdly wholesome and cursed at the same time. What the fuck? So next we have Ningguang and Klee. Now Klee, I don't know about letting her near evidence, especially. Like she's a hazard to the crime scene. Like I can just imagine Ningguang like investigating one of the dead bodies and Klee just accidentally blows up the other one. And she's like, sorry, Miss Ningguang, I just wanted to go person blasting. Fish blasting on steroids. But here's the thing with Klee that I don't see mentioned that often, is she's actually insanely, like, lucky. Like, she's the opposite of Benny. She has the blessed, godly given anime powers. Like, if Genshin was a comedy slice-of-life game, I could definitely see Klee being the main character, and it being kind of wild. Deadass, I would pay money for that kind of show. So, I'm actually gonna say, although I love the dynamic, I think Ningguang would definitely be like a mama to Klee. She might fall into despair. A little similar to Jean, but I'm actually gonna say that she goes solo and leaves Klee. She's not gonna abandon her per se, but she has such like a responsibility to her that I don't think she's gonna want to bring a child to a crime scene. Like, no. Although mind you, it might help because she's really lucky, but I'm still gonna say she's gonna leave her with a babysitter. Ooh, maybe she leaves her with Beto. Yeah, those two would get along insanely well. Imagine Klee on Beto's ship. Like, all of the crew members are like, I am starving. When is dinner? And Klee's like, I got you. Don't worry about it. And then she just blasts a bunch of fish onto the deck. Dude, Klee and Beto would be great. But anyway, Ningguang and Klee, she is gonna go solo. Honestly, she could probably go up here because of her connections. But since she is leaving Klee with the babysitter, we're gonna do it like that. For responsibility, because she is a good woman, yes. Next team. A crime scene might be low-key, a little too much for Barbara to handle. Shit. Okay. Bro, if that was A, I would have lost my shit. But we got Sarah and Barbara. That is really weird to think about. Nah, guys, when Sarah's not being an A simp, she gives such heavy, must protect big sister energy. Kind of similar to Jean. Ooh, wait, those two are kind of similar, aren't they? Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a similar scenario. They're gonna go to a crime scene one time. It's gonna be really gruesome. Barbara's gonna go into like cardiac arrest. She's gonna be like, Christianity never showed me this. Why, God? Our Lord and Savior Barbados, please bring these heretics to justice. And Sarah's gonna be like, Barbara, that's our job. We're supposed to bring them to justice. And she's like, oh yeah. But with that in mind, I feel like Sarah would be pretty damn good as a detective. Like, it's kind of similar to Chlorinde. Like, she's probably used to analyzing things like on the battlefield, that kind of shtick. I don't think she's quite on like the big intellectuals, but I'm gonna say she's probably gonna go solo and leave Barbara at home. I think the first time she sees her stressed out, she's gonna go into like protect mode. She's gonna be like, Barbara, baby girl, you know I love you, but this kind of environment, it's not for you. You almost had a damn stroke when you saw a guy shot in the head. Similar to the Ningguang reason, it's just that they care about their partner. That's my whole shtick with that. But yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
Next team.
From what I've read about him, Mika's a really smart boy. We don't get a lot of him in game, but that's cool. That's cool. When maximum extrovert meet maximum introvert. I love this shit. Guys, this would be the funniest dynamic. Hu Tao becoming a detective, getting all these dead bodies into her funeral parlor. Like, this is low-key a side hustle just for her to promote her business. I feel like Hu Tao's the one who's like talking to all the police officers. Like, when they get to the crime scene, she's like, what's good, my homies? And the officers are all like kind of sad because there's dead people all around them. Like, it's a mass murder crime scene. And Hu Tao's so peppy. She's like, look at all these clients. I'm gonna be stinking rich, stinking rich. All of the police officers are like, should we arrest her? She's giving me a lot of dangerous vibes. But then Mika's behind her and he's like, oh, it's fine. She's just a little eccentric. And Hu Tao's like, Mika, get over here. We need to investigate. And he's like, coming, Hu Tao. I definitely think Mika's gonna be in charge of the like analyzing. He's gonna be like, all right, I saw a bit of cocaine dust in the corner. And Hu Tao's like, I saw that they're dead. And he's like, yes, Hu Tao, they're dead. But no, I feel like Hu Tao would also be really good with like human analogy, blah, blah, blah. I don't know words, but she's gonna know a lot of the body parts and the ways that people are killed. She's gonna know how it went down. So she would be a little helpful. I also think sometimes you need a little bit of that social push that Mika might not have. So they kind of make up for each other's flaws. Because if Hu Tao was running solo, I think she might get arrested. Might be an understatement. But yes, I'm gonna say overall, this is not quite like Super Giga Brain, but at the top of Intermediate Detective. It's a really good team. Yeah, I like that one. I think that's probably my favorite so far. Oh my, it appears as though this person is dead. I feel like Miko would not care about much of the crime whatsoever, as long as she gets paid. Ooh! This is a really interesting one to picture. Holy shit. Okay, I know this is a detective tier list, but why do these two give me like good cop and bad cop vibes? Actually, wait. No, it'd be bad cop and low-key worse cop. So Beto's getting aggressive with whoever they're trying to like question for the murder. She's like, what do you know? And she's about to punch them. And Miko's like, Beto, please, we can't harm the suspect. And she's like, fine, I'm gonna go get some sake. Miko, show him how it's done. And Miko's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just need you to tell me what you know. And Beto walks back into the room in like 30 minutes. The suspect is like electrocuted. And she's like, all right, Beto, so we got the information. Nah, low-key Miko is a corrupt detective. But honestly, she's so big-brained, and her and Beto are both women of culture. Like, they're really enthusiastic in their weird ways, so I think they'd be kind of besties, yeah. I bet A's getting a little jealous on the sidelines right now. But overall, I'm actually gonna put this team in kinda giga-brained. Because Miko, we already know, is the conniving fox. She's a lot older than most characters, very big-brained, and Beto is very perceptive of things. Like from her little hangout event way back when, like this girl can analyze, she's probably seen a lot of blood back in the day, so she's gonna be really comfortable at a crime scene. Like she's not gonna be weirded out, disgusted. It's a really good dynamic. I feel like they'd be so relaxed that it'd be kind of unnerving at the crime scene. Like some of the police officers are like, God damn, there's so much blood. And Miko's like, all right, so this person's dead. Beto's like, what a bitch. He got a knife sticking out of his head. But no, they'd get along really well. It'd be a really good detective team. Yeah.
Next team.
We were close to getting that maximum fish brain. But Toma's a smart dude as well. He did a bit of investigating in his hangout, yes. Oh, ooh, fuck. Hold up. All right, guys. Toma and Cove. That's like... okay, let's just get into it. Yo, these two are the boys. They would be such good friends. But for some reason, Cove specifically, I feel like would get really emotionally invested in the crime. So they go to the crime scene. He's talking to the police officers. He's like, so did the victim have a family? They're like, yes, they had 2 kids and a wife. He's like, all right, just give me 1 second. Toma goes up to him. Hey, what's wrong, bro? Cove's like, Toma, they had a family, dog. Toma's like, oh shit, you're right. Now I'm feeling sad. And they start crying together as the boys. The police officers are like, are we sure these are the really good detective guys? But nah, after they're done having their bro moment of tears and sorrow, they're gonna make damn sure that justice is served. Because I think these two have a really good moral compass. Yeah. So after they dry off their faces, they're like, all right, bro, are you ready? We're gonna solve this case, my dude. And although Cove is a little misfortunate at times, he's still a really smart dude. And Toma is adaptable. He can talk to a bunch of different people during the investigation to get clues. This is a really solid team, guys. I'm gonna say it's probably towards the lower side of the intellectual big brains. Yeah. Although Cove has a bit of a shortcoming, I think since he's with his boy, it would work out. Yeah, I'm happy he got a really good partner for once. He usually doesn't get that. Wait, Diona as a detective? That's kind of crack, dude. That's weird.
That was cool, wow.
Why is this the most cursed yet funny thing ever? So we have Zhao and Diona. Now, I think Diona is probably one of the few characters that isn't intimidated by Zhao whatsoever. Like, Zhao gives off that energy that kind of scares people. Like, all of the officers at the crime scene are like, oh, we should stay away from him. But Diona is just like, why are you being so antisocial? Come on, talk to the officers. We need to get clues. Like, she's gonna be so aggressive with Zhao low-key, but I think that might be for the better. In this scenario, yeah, he's gonna be like, why isn't this lost cat scared of me? She's like, nah, low-key, this would be kind of wholesome, because I think Zhao would also have, like, must protect energy with Diona, and Diona is a bit of a tsundere, so she's gonna at least care about Zhao's well-being. Like, she's just giving him shit, because he doesn't have much of a social cue. Like, he needs to socialize more. Diona's gonna be in charge of doing that for him. No, I love this dynamic. It's really cute. So in terms of where they're gonna go, I'm actually gonna leave them right here. They're gonna solve easy crimes. Which is funny because they're both intimidating for completely different reasons. But in terms of like the collective brain power, I don't think for like solving mysteries, they're gonna excel in that. But still, it's gonna be wholesome. They're gonna have their little comedy routine every time they go to a crime scene. It's funny. I love that team. That's a good one.
Ooh, damn!
All right, it seems like Nahida might have a bit of competition. Not in the intellectual department, in the solving mystery department, but we'll see. Who's her partner gonna be? Oh! Okay, we're cooking with this team. Holy shit. So Yaylon and Not Your Average Old Lady and Madam Ping, yeah, they're gonna be world famous detectives. Madam Ping is one of the like few characters that I feel like Yaylon isn't gonna straight up abandon, because I was pretty certain when we started this video that she was gonna be here. She was gonna be doing her own thing, but she's gonna see Streetward Ramblers Giga Brain in action, and she's gonna be like, okay, maybe we can be partners. Like, they walk up to the crime scene, Madam Ping goes ahead, she's like, sorry, officers, I'm here to investigate. And the police officers are like, miss, the senior citizen center is that way. And Yaylon's like, move it, bitches, this is my partner, y'all better stay the fuck back. Like, nah, Yaylon being a bit of an escort for Ping is kind of cute. So she's like looking at all the clues, Madam Ping is just standing there. Yaylon's like, so Ping, what'd you find? She's like, well, you see, there is traces of a struggle. It appears as though they left a trail of blood. And she's like, good thinking, Ping, let's roll. Like, no, I think Not Your Average Old Lady is actually smarter than Yaylon. It's just Yaylon's more perceptive and she's used to this kind of job. But either way, it's a powerhouse team. It probably rivals Nahida's just because of the investigation prowess of this team. But I love it. That's a good one, yo. Next team. Next, we got baby girl Lisa. I kind of want some more Fontaine characters to pop up now. Please, give me Navia. Ooh, Navia would be cool, yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Ooh. Lisa and Ganyu. That's very interesting. I've never even thought of that dynamic, like, ever. So for these two, it gives me a lot of similar energy to how Lisa is with Jean. Like, she's always like, stop working so hard, loosen up, baby girl. She's gonna be like that with Ganyu, except Ganyu's gonna be more persistent. She's gonna be like, I have my contract to fulfill for the detective agency of Rex Lapis. So they're gonna go to the scene. Lisa's just gonna be flirting with all of the police officers. And then after a while, she's like, Ganyu, how's it going? She has like 20 pages of notes. She's like, all right, so this man's pinky finger was pointing slightly more towards left than it should. Like, no, she strikes me as the overanalyzer. That Lisa's kind of there to add a bit of structure. She's like, all right, Ganyu, baby, maybe we don't have to pay attention to the smaller things. How about we go for some tea? Talk about the crime there. She's like, no, I have more notes to take. And Lisa just starts dragging her away. Wait, that's such a cute dynamic. I like that. I feel like this is what Ganyu needs in a partner. Someone to get her to settle down and to concentrate more. Yeah, because Lisa, I feel like, could solve a lot of these crimes really easily, but she loves the honest work ethic of Ganyu. Yeah. So I'm gonna say overall, this is a team of intellectual Gigabrain detectives. Yeah, Ganyu's an Adeptus as well, so she's been around for a while. So she's probably smarter than the average Joe. And Lisa, the flirtatious mama, she knows what she's doing. Next team. I was about to be like, start playing horror music for Dottore. But actually, you could play horror music for Dainsliff as well. Conria PTSD. When Harbinger number 10 and 11 meet. Sorry, that's just, no, guys. Don't worry with what I just said. I feel like Dainsliff to Tartusi would be like, hey, ginger kid, do you like gods? He's like, no, I hate gods. And then they bro fist. Or wait, no, he likes the Tsaritsa. so they might have a bit of animosity in that department. But overall, I think they kind of not really get along, actually. Nah, because Dainsleif is really standoffish, while Tartusi is really social, and he also loves to fight people. And Dainsleif, if you see a character looking that much like an anime protagonist, you know Ginger Boy is gonna want to square up. So now they get to the crime scene. Tartusi's getting bored of all of the blood, and he's like, hey Dainsleif, want to fight to the death? And he's like, I'm down. Now, weirdly enough, I think the investigation would just be put on the side because they're both used to such big crimes of genocide. Like Tartusi's been in the Abyss, Conria, these little murder scenes are nothing for them. So I think they're gonna lose interest and potentially kill each other. If one of them doesn't die in combat, they're gonna be like the bros. Only by fisting each other can you become really good friends. Or sorry, punching each other. I tend to confuse those words, but yes, I don't think it's gonna be a teamwork issue, just they might kill each other, yes. However, if we're talking brain-wise, they are both smart, but anyway, next team! Ooh, yeah, there we go, baby! Ooh! When one of the most human characters in the game is a cat girl.
I love Lynette, guys. She's awesome.
Wait, guys, why would this be such a cute, funny dynamic? I love this. Wait, this is so blessed and mostly cursed, but we're gonna say blessed. I feel like Benny specifically is one of the few characters that Lynette might actually socialize with just because his energy is low-key, kind of contagious. Like, he has so much pep in his step that even if Lynette is a little like, ugh, he talks too much, she's still gonna like converse with him from time to time. But if we're talking in the detective game, yeah, she is leaving his ass. I'm sorry. She is not gonna have time for how social he is and how much bad luck would affect the crime scenes. Like, no, he's gonna trip over like a gas canister, set the whole place on fire. Lynette's just gonna be in the background with that face she always does when she's done. Like, you know, the one she always makes. And after one incident too many, she's gonna be like, Benny, it's not working out. It's not you. Or well, actually, yes, it is you. Goodbye. Like, nah, she is the solo cat. She investigates these crimes by herself. Although I do think it would be hilarious for the time they do spend together. But after a certain amount of time, she's gonna abandon him and be the solo girl. Yeah. I love Lynette. I can easily imagine her like telling off the police officers. They're like, miss, aren't you a little too young to be investigating a bloody corpse? She's like, bish, I was raised in the streets. I saw my mama, or sorry, my father, kill a man who almost assaulted me. And the police officers are just like, sorry, yeah, you go ahead. And she's like, that's what I thought. Like, no, she's been through so much. The crime scenes are not affecting her. Honestly, in terms of brainness, she'd probably be up here with the big boys. But since she's doing solo, we are going to leave her there. Yes.
Next team!
It's the doctor! It's the doctor! I feel like Baiju is really accustomed to like blood and stuff. He's the doctor. He's gonna be like, I can conclude that this person is dead. This is very similar to Baiju Chi-Chi, but not quite. So we have Baiju and Sayu. Why can I vividly imagine like Baiju going to the crime scene with a sleeping Sayu on his back, and all of the police officers are like, sir, why did you bring your child to investigate a crime? He's like, oh no, she's my assistant. Do not worry, my swell individuals. And they're like, you know what? We've seen enough weird shit today. They're just gonna let them through. So I think Sayu, when she's motivated, could be a really good like crime scene analyzer. Like, she's gonna be really good at finding clues, analyzing little markings and stuff. And Baiju being really good with the children. I'm looking at you, Chi-Chi, even though you're not really a child. I think he's gonna offer her cocoa goat milk. Yeah, he's gonna say cocoa goat milk can make her taller. So after they successfully solve a case, he gives her a bunch of milk, maybe orders a pizza. They stay home watching Netflix for a couple days before their next investigation. Why am I making a whole scenario for this team? But I do really like it. It's wholesome. They both have their perks. Honestly, since Sayu's motivated, this is not quite it's not world famous by any means, but they're gonna be very intellectual, big brains. The officers also might question Baiju on his cough. They're gonna be like, sir, are you coughing because of the smell of blood? He's like, no, I'm coughing because I have lung cancer. But yeah, they're gonna be a really good team. I like that one a lot, actually. That was a good team.
Next.
Murder? What is that? Well, you see, Shenhe, it's when you, like, just kill someone.
Oh, okay.
We have a bit of a canon pair, I think. Have Xiangling and Shenhe met? I feel like they have. Why do I feel like Xiangling is gonna have to explain to Shenhe what a detective is? Like, they go to their first crime scene, see the dead body. She's like, Xiangling, he's dead. Why are we here? And she's like, oh, well, you see, we're detectives. We need to find who killed this person. And she's like, but why? And Xiangling is like, because we need to bring them to jail. And she's like, but why? Like, she's gonna keep asking why until Xiangling herself is like, oh yeah, why are we doing this? We can be eating at my dad's restaurant right now. And to be honest, I feel like this might be kind of our first too small brain for this. Or at least like the deductions, the brain power kind of shtick. Because Shenhe is so simple. I don't think she's gonna have any interest in solving crimes. And Xiangling is kind of, no offense, just a naive kid, but like she's wholesome, like she's a cool kid. But for investigating murder scenes, like out of the two, I feel like Guoba would be the most beneficial for this, but I just can't really see this working out. I feel like a lot of the police officers would find Shenhe really attractive as well. Like the mysterious quiet beauty detective who doesn't know what a detective is. But yeah, debatably you could put them in like Blue's Clues level crimes, but I need to separate the tiers a bit. So we're gonna put them here. Next team. Sino is the definition of taking the job too seriously. Whoever his partner is either lucky or just kind of cursed, I guess. Depending on their sense of humor. How in the fuck? Okay, I actually need to think about this. This is really interesting, bro.
5 minutes later.
All right, Neuvillette and Sino, I'm gonna say, is at the absolute top. They're gonna be the gatekeepers of the team of the intellectual gigabrains. Because here's the thing, Sino, when he's in a work mode and not in, hey, want to hear a funny joke mode, is actually a really serious dude. Like when they're on the clock, like when they're investigating together, I feel like Neuvillette is super down with Sino and his amazing work ethic. But when they're off the clock, like work mode has stopped, Sino goes up to Neuvillette. He's like, hey bro, want to hear a joke? And Neuvillette just runs away. Like, nah, they're great when they're working, but the second it's time to punch out, Neuvillette is running for the hills. He's like, nah, I'm not doing this. Goodbye. Which makes me feel kind of bad for Sino, because he wants to bond with his new best friend and investigation partner, but he keeps leaving him in the dust. It's kind of shag. But yeah, in terms of the brain department, Neuvillette is just massive, dragon-sized brain. Did you see what I did there? And Sino is more of like the effort putter. Like even if he's not as smart, he puts in a lot more work, which I think Neuvillette is gonna respect. But again, they're just colleagues at work. I think Neuvillette, okay, at first he'd be okay with Sino's jokes, but after a while, he would just start keeping his distance. He's like, there is COVID going on in Fontaine, please. Sino, 2 meters at all times. Because he is an enforcer of the rules, yeah. Really big brain team. I like it a lot. Kind of has a funny dynamic. Next up, we got baby girl Noel as a detective. It's kind of funny to think about. I like that. Wait, I love this. So we have Jean and Noel. Wait, why do I feel like Noel is gonna take a look at the crime scene and is gonna be like, let's give it a spring cleaning. And Jean is like, Noel, no, we can't touch the crime scene. And she's like, but why? It's really dirty. There's blood everywhere. Jokes aside, I think this is a really wholesome dynamic, kind of similar to Sino. I think they'd put a lot of effort into their investigations. Like they'd have some sleepless nights at the office, which is kind of a bad thing because there's not a moderator of work. Like they don't have a Lisa in the team to tell them when to chill. So they're gonna be pushing themselves to the breaking point. And once they get there, the brain power starts to decrease. And they enter what is known as a high, kind of. Yeah, so they're gonna be in the office. Jean is gonna be like, oh, I'm getting a little tired. Hey, Noel. She's like, yeah, Jean? What are we investigating again? Like, they're gonna get lost in their drowsiness. So I'm gonna say, overall, they could aspire for higher heights, but it's just gonna be intermediate detectives. Eventually, they might even get lower because they push themselves too hard. But still, it's a very hardworking team that I love. I like both of them, yeah.
Next team.
Mona Loki has some hacks for being a detective. Wait, yeah. That was so close to being venti, but we have Suki Rose. Why do I think Mona is gonna use the detective business as a get-rich-quick scheme? Yeah. So she's gonna get to the crime scene, and at first, she's not gonna use her scry glass because she has that moral code not to use it for certain situations. Although then again, this is like a murder and justice, so I don't think she'd limit herself that much, especially when she's behind on her bill payments. She's just gonna get to the crime scene and she's like, move over, bitches! And she uses her scry glass and she's like, all right, the person who murdered this man is Hu Tao. Her motivation, she wanted a new customer. And Sucrose in the back is just like, Miss Mona, I think we need evidence. She's like, ugh, fine. Like Sucrose is gonna be the level-headed one in this team. And honestly, I have no proof of it, but I feel like Sucrose would be super down to be a detective. Maybe it's just like the glasses, which I feel like I'm stereotyping a bit, but she's the alchemist and being a detective is like kind of not similar. But either way, with Mona's hacks, I don't think they're gonna be world famous. Do you think Mona would want that though? I'm not sure. Either way, I'm gonna put them near the top of the Giga intellectual brains. Because Mona has that curse of somehow always staying broke, and they still need to find the proof of the crime, which she's gonna need to unearth with Sucrose. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Next group.
Oh, justice!
The truth will be revealed! That's the vibe Jingcho gives me, like 100%.
Ooh.
And then we have his partner, Kazuzu! So aside from Kazuzu and Zhengcho being really good detectives, I think they'd also be like the boys of culture. I can easily see these two like getting an anime and having like so many fangirls. Because bro, they're both so sophisticated and low-key kind of weird in really charming ways. So they're gonna be going to the crime scenes, being really polite to the police officers. Like Zhengcho is gonna be like, thank you for your service. Kazuzu's gonna be like, hey, want some Naku weed? Nah, that was a joke. Zhengcho's gonna smack the weed out of his hand. But once they get down to the nitty gritty of the investigating, I think Zhengcho is gonna be looking for stuff like motives, looking at the body itself, while Kazuzu is gonna be like the background analyzer, if that's even a thing. He's gonna be like, all right, so if I look closely at this grass, I can tell that there's a little smidge of blood. Therefore, the culprit clearly ran this way. And Xingqiu's like, good thinking, bro. He's like, thanks, bro. Let's go, bro. And the officers are like, where are you going? They're like, the crime continues over there. But yeah, they're definitely upholders of the justice. So I'm gonna put them in kind of the middle of the pack in the team of intellectual, big brain investigators. Yeah, that's a good one. Me likey.
Next team.
Ooh, it's the main character. Now, if Lumine has a partner similar to her bro, yeah, she's gonna be going in that top tier. Are you serious? Wait, are you okay. Bro, if that was Zhang Dong, we might have some competition in that top tier. So Lick Me Balls, that's what I named my traveler, so I'm always gonna call her that. She is very similar to her bro because, I mean, they're the same person. Although we'll say he's the Abyss sibling and she's the main character, but it doesn't make that much of a difference in terms of the investigating prowess. And her being partnered with Jin Yan, I think is kind of a good thing. Not for the like big braininess, because I think she's kind of similar to Xiangling in the sense that she's just kind of average, but she's a lot more like outgoing and sociable. Like, you know how Pymon is the voice for Lumine? Now it's gonna be Jin Yan. So she's not gonna get as many weird looks as when she's with Pymon. Nah, she's gonna get the weird looks because the Chinese girl is talking like she's from Texas. No, that was a joke, guys. That was a joke. Excusez-moi. But overall, it would be a nice extrovert-introvert kind of thing. I'm gonna say it's intermediate, though. I don't think it's gonna be quite super-duper amazing. Lumine is very smart, but let's be real. The world-famous detective team here is carried by Ida. I think that's the name we gave her. So we're gonna leave them at, you know what? The absolute top of intermediate detectives. Yes. That's where they're gonna go. Next team. Next up, we have our boy, the Wanderer. He's a new man, so he's not homicidal anymore, which is good. Wait. Oh. I guess we're continuing the trend of Scarra being paired with wholesome characters. I feel like Scarra, low-key, when he gets to the crime scene, is the type to judge the crime itself. Like, if there's a big mess, blood everywhere, he's gonna be like, ugh, sloppy. They could have done a better job. Because although he's a bit of a changed man, I don't think he really cares that much about the lives of random people, which is what you're doing as a detective. And Layla, as just a normal person, like her sleep-deprived self, I think might be a little off with her investigation. Like, she'll have all the notes down, she'll be really good at that, but when it comes time to like chalk everything down and figure out who's done it, I think she's gonna be a bit of a mess. And Scarra's just gonna be in the background like, girl, I don't give a schlick who did it. I'm just trying to get that money. Nahida told me to get a job, so I have no choice. Ooh, wait, what if Layla goes into her other mode? Like sleep mode, activate, and her other self awakens as she's in the middle of solving the mystery, and then her IQ just skyrockets. Although she theoretically had it from the beginning, she can now utilize it. And Scarra's just like, well, when did yo ass wake up? So I'm gonna say this is kind of, it is carried by Layla, I think for sure, but it is kind of a team of intellectuals. Scarra is a really smart guy. It's just, he doesn't put that much effort. Like, remember during the Sumeru event when everyone was running around and this man was just sipping some tea? Nah, he's such a mood sometimes. I love him. But yeah, we're gonna put them up here because they are both smart and they could do it. Scarra, I think, might also be a bit of Layla's bodyguard. Like, he is a tsundere, but he would take care of her at least. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I think they met during that event as well, so that's pretty cool. Next team. Next, we got the bad bitch Rosaria. I kind of like where this is going. Okay.
Huh.
I'm about to throw the hottest take out there right now, and I might get a little flamed for this. I'm gonna actually say these two as a team are some world famous detectives that I would pay top dollar to actually see them co-star in an anime, because they're both so different, bro. Like, here's the thing. They both have the big braininess as like a bit of a similarity, although Farzan, I think, is on a bit of another level. I think her intellect is underestimated because of how sassy she is. Like, who is this sassy lost child that is actually smart and survived 100 years of mental torment trapped in a room? Like, nah, she got her head on straight. And Rosaria, I think, is good when it comes down to business. Like, she's killed some people. She's gonna know what the typical tendencies of criminals actually are. Yeah, so Farzan's gonna be getting distracted sometimes, maybe talking to the police officers. She's gonna be like, so, how was your day, youngsters? The officers are like, girl, you look younger than me. And Rosaria pulls Farzan by the ear, like, get over here, we need to investigate. Because similar to Yaylon, I think depending on Rosaria's partner, she might abandon them. But in this case, Farzan is extremely useful. She's insanely smart. She can get to the nitty gritty of the crime, and so could Rosaria. Like, they're legit the perfect team. I cannot find flaws with them. I know they're not like super like big characters like Nahida and Yaylon, but I think they're gonna be great. Yeah, it'd be hilarious as well seeing them interact.
Next. Ooh, yabe. Not yabe.
Next, we got my girl Navia making her debut, one of the most well-written characters, in my opinion, so far. Oh, no. Okay. I mean, we've kind of seen this dynamic already, like a whole bunch, and it kind of works really well. Honestly, guys, I can't be the only one who has noticed in this recent Archon quest, I feel like Pymon grew like 10 brain cells. Like, good for you, Pymon. Those glasses she put on really increased her IQ 100%. Now, Navia was able to deduce during the whole like Linny trial shtick that the girl was hidden in the opera house, which is kind of insanely smart when you think about it. She was just like, wait a minute. And everyone's like, what? What are we waiting a minute for? And then she runs off. Like, bro, that was a Giga Chad move, Navia. Good shit. And she also has Giga Chad assistants in Malus and Silver that are gonna help her out whenever she needs some assistance, or to be more specific, when it's snack time. I can just imagine as they're at the crime scene, Navia's like, okay, Pymon, I think it's time for a break. All the police officers are like, miss, what are you doing? She's like, I'm having tea. We need to discuss the crime. Like, they pull out the tea set over the dead body to talk about the dead body. And Pymon wouldn't care. She get them snacks. She's chilling. So you know what? Funny enough, I'm gonna get flagged, I know, but I'm putting these in the intellectual big brains. Navia's smart, like I said, and Pymon feels more intelligent recently. Like, I can't be the only one. But yeah, it would still be carried by Navia. I think if she wasn't here, Pymon would probably be in like Blue's Clues like territory. But that's an improvement, because in the past she would have just been in lack of brain power. So good stuff. I like that team. Next pair.
Ooh. Okay.
Next, we got Daddy Albedo back in the spotlight. It's been a while, bro. I miss this man.
Oh, what?
Okay, we in some next level territory right now. So I'm gonna say Albedo and Charlotte are some world famous detectives without a doubt. Albedo is the closest thing in my eyes to Sherlock Holmes we got. Like, I know we have Hazo, who is a detective, but in terms of like the energy that Sherlock has in his books, low key, I feel like it's kind of Albedo. I know he's not that vocal in comparison, but just a similar vibe. I love it. And him being partnered with the journalist Charlotte, who is used to following people around, investigating. Maybe she becomes a detective to get better news scoops, and she writes about the crime scenes in her journalist articles. Yes! She does this part-time with her news gig. I love that. And honestly, them interacting, I think would be funny. Charlotte would be so peppy, and Albedo, being the swell guy that he is, would just be like, Mademoiselle Charlotte, you're a swell lass. Can I have you take care of my little sister on the weekends? Nah, I can see Charlotte actually falling for Albedo low-key. I think that'd be cute. But either way, they have a lot of collective brain power. Albedo, I would put up here from the start. Charlotte alone would probably be in Giga Brain, but paired up with this man, yeah, she gets elevated to the next level. Next team. I've been waiting for this man the whole list, guys. Ito's coming, guys. I can feel it in my lower intestine. Now, this is such a random pair, but Eula and Goro have been paired twice before, I'm pretty sure. One was in the prison break, I think. I don't remember. But yes, like I've mentioned in the past, I think they'd get along really well. I think at first, Goro might be intimidated by Eula's sass and witty nature. Like, she's gonna say, vengeance will be mine. And he's gonna be like, what? Is she gonna try to attack me in my sleep? But no, that's just how she is. She's a bit of a tsundere, bro. Don't worry about it. And why do I feel like Eula likes cute animals? So she'd want to like stroke his ears and shit. It's kind of a random idea, but I feel like it would happen. But them as detectives, I mean, Eula's part of the reconnaissance corps, so she's used to surveying people, which I think would come in handy in the Blues Clues world. And Goro, I think, has a pretty girthy brain because he's always around Kokomi, that I feel like some of those fishy enzymes just rubbed off on the man's a bit. So I'm gonna say it's not quite like super Giga Brain, but it's gonna be like an intermediate detective squad. Yeah, it's kind of a fun dynamic. I like those two.
Next team. Ooh.
Next, we got our boy Venti. I kind of want him paired with another god. Wait, no! Fuck, I forgot to add Farina to the damn tier list. Shit! Okay, wait, hold up. I can't edit the fucking template because it's already made. Okay, you know what? We're gonna add her, but we're gonna like not really have a picture because I need her on this list. Oh wait, we need one more character now as well. Who do we take off? Let's just add Timaeus, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I need Farina in this damn thing. But anyway, okay. Next character. Fuck. Ooh! Smooth operator! Never mind, I lied. Wait, who's his partner again? I forgot because of the Farina thing. Tiggy and Venti? That's kind of funny. Why do I feel like Venti's the type of detective to go around with a flask? Like, he's not like insanely drunk when he's investigating, but he's a little tipsy. And some of the officers are like, sir, are you okay? He's like, don't worry about it. Let me see that dead body. But Tiggy is gonna be like the voice of reason. He's gonna be constantly smacking Venti across the head. He's like, boy, stop drinking. Ooh, and maybe he would help him with his alcohol addiction. Yeah, because it would also help with the investigation if he was sober. But no, why do I feel like he can't be around death when he's not intoxicated because of the Conria shtick back in the day? Oh wait, no, he has PTSD. Tiggy's gonna be his doctor. But anyway, as for detectives, I think they're probably kinda Giga Brain. Yeah, I'm gonna put them there. Venti's kind of debatable because he's a bit of a doofus, but he's also an Archon, so he's been around for ages. Although Tiggy is definitely gonna be the boy who's kind of carrying this investigation. Like, if Venti was by himself, he's going in Blues Clues territory. You know what? We should put them in the middle. I'm gonna say intermediate detectives, yeah. Because Tiggy specializes in plants, not people. Well, then again, he can also prescribe medications, but if you're dead, he can't really do that, so yeah, we're gonna put them there. That's a fun team, though.
Next turn.
Next up, we got the girl Ayaka. She's a cinnamon bun. So the crime scene world might not be for her. We have both of the traveler simps of Inazuma. That's kind of funny. All right, y'all, let's address the elephant in the room right off the bat. The Coco fish is gonna be carrying this investigation. Like, she's insanely smart. She's used to being around dead bodies because she's been in the war. She's perceptive, everything you need to be a detective, the girl's got it. And Ayaka, I think, is just gonna be the wholesome assistant. Yeah, so when she gets to the crime scene, Kokomi's like, Ayaka, can you please get me a cup of coffee so I can concentrate? Ayaka's like, oh, of course, Miss Kokomi, please. Like, no, it's not gonna be like a using the other person kind of scenario. I just think Kokomi is more of a solo player. Like, I don't feel like she'd work with a partner on most days. So it's mostly gonna be Ayaka low-key doing favors for her as they're investigating. But every now and then she throws her input. She's like, I think this person was stabbed. And Kokomi is like, yes. That's why there's a knife sticking out of their chest. No, she's bigger brain than that. I would put Ayaka in solves Blue's Clues kind of crimes just because she's wholesome. But I have to put them up here just for Kokomi. I know it's carried by her 100%, but it's not like she's gonna abandon her assistant. Like, when the police officers try to talk to Kokomi, Ayaka's like the bodyguard. She's like, Kokomi's investigating, what you want? Just in a really wholesome way. But yeah, we're gonna put them there for Kokomi though. Yeah. We actually don't know much about Frem yet, aside from the social anxiety.
Which is very relatable, so a lot of people can like him.
You gotta love it when the diabetes pops up on screen. We have Yao Yao and Fremine. Holy shit. Bro, imagine these two walking up to a crime scene. Like, everyone's gonna be like, why are these children here? And then they go to Fremine at first because he looks older. And they're like, hey kid, what you doing here? And he's like, we're here to investigate. And Yao Yao's like, don't worry, Frem, let me do the talking. So, good day, officer. We're here to look at the dead bitch behind you. No, she would say it a lot more nicely. We're here to look at the deceased individual. Please step aside. And similar to whoever I mentioned before, bringing the officers donuts, I feel like Yao Yao is gonna bring them like health food. She's gonna be like, here, go eat some carrots in the corner as me and my boy investigate. So, I'm gonna say in terms of brain power, they're kind of middle of the road. Wait, let's put them there. These aren't ordered in any way, by the way. I'm just kind of chucking them in there. But Fremine, being part of the House of Hearth, I feel like has to have some semblance of like this kind of world. Like, he's used to kind of messed up stuff happening, and he's probably really smart as well. Yeah, like if there's water on the crime scene, his IQ pops up 100 points. He's like, I detect moisture in the air. And Yao Yao would just look at the body. She's like, it seems like this lady was devoid of vitamin C before she died. No, this is such a weird dynamic, but she's gonna be such a good thing for Fremine because she's gonna bring him into conversation. They're gonna get along so well. This would be the most wholesome murder investigation team I've ever seen.
Next. The time, not yet, okay.
Next up, we got our boy Timmy Cakes, who was just kind of thrown in because I needed someone for Farina, but whatever. Because we need an even amount of characters. No, why, bruh? We really had to pair Hazo with the most generic NPC imaginable. But Timaeus is a Chad in his little mediocre way, if you will. So if Hazel's partner was really intelligent, or if they were a sexy older lady, or even an older man, because I feel like he just rizzes up anyone who's older than him. He likes those cougars, guys. But I'm gonna say him as a standalone character could easily be a world famous detective because, I mean, that's kind of what he is in Tevat. Or debatably, you can put him up here, but he is going solo. Oh, right there, yes. Because he is abandoning Timaeus' ass. Like, no. He's gonna be super nice about it though. Like, Timaeus gets a job at Hazel's law firm for some reason, right? And Hazel's gonna be complimenting him. Like, oh, good job. You found the evidence that was super obvious that a child could have found. Good stuff. And Timaeus is like, I'm doing a really good job. I wonder how tomorrow's gonna go. And then he steps in the office the next day. Hazel's like, hey, so we're making budget cuts. You're fired. And then Timaeus is like, no, but wait. Who's that person beside you? And he's like, oh, that's my new assistant I'm replacing you with. Now, man's a low-key a savage. But either way, he's gonna be the solo detective. It's kind of what he is already, so we're gonna leave him there. Yes.
Next team. It's the mafia boss.
Ayato! Who's committing crimes on our territory? Italian boss, my Ayato, I can't. It's never dying, guys. It never will. What? Wait! This is so beautiful, guys. Holy shit. Okay, guys, hold up. I'm gonna actually try to add Furina's picture to the tier list. I hope it doesn't reset it. It's gonna seem like a second for you guys, but I'm just gonna do this. Hold up. 1 second, everybody. All right, the writing got all jambly jambly, but the girl is here. Let's go. They look really similar when they're next to each other like this, actually. I'm gonna say for Ayato and Furina, it's kind of similar to Neuvillette and Furina, except Ayato's a lot more just kind of chill. Like, Neuvillette doesn't put up with that Furina BS, but Ayato, I think, would be more inclined because it's probably entertaining for him. Yeah, so Furina's gonna think that she's this hotshot detective going into crime scenes like a lost child. Like, she struts up to the officers and she's like, don't you know who I am? And they're like, no, we don't. And she's like, all right, stand aside, bitches. And they're like, hey, you can't go in there, kid. And Ayato's behind her like, it's okay. Hey, let the god go. She's just trying to help with investigation. When the French god meets the Italian god. But yeah, I think he's just gonna play along with Furina just because it would be hilarious. And Ayato's a man of culture. He wants to see funny things like this. I think Furina would also like him as a partner just because he plays along. Like, he doesn't insult her at any point. He gives her the attention she needs to stay focused low-key. And the thing is, Furina is actually pretty smart. She's not dumb, although in that trial recently, she's a little close-minded, but still. When she's not being monitored by a huge audience, I think she'd be better. So for this team, I'm gonna say they're kind of towards the top of intermediate, because I don't think Furina is like super smart, mind you. I just don't think she's dumb. Like, she's not on Aqua level quite yet. But Ayato would carry this. Furina is the face of the detective group, but Ayato is the one who's low-key doing most of the work and probably giving Furina the credit just because she wants it, to be honest. But next team.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like Chungyun would be a really cool supernatural detective. Ooh, wait, that sounds like a really good anime plot. Wait, that is an anime plot. I just realized.
I'll put the anime on screen after, or right now, whatever.
Okay, this is pretty wholesome. If Shenhe is Chungyun's aunt, Kushing is like, honestly, kind of his older sister. Yeah, that's the kind of energy this gives off. With that in mind, they're both also really hardworking. Which, like I mentioned with Noel and Jean, might be a bit of a bad thing. Although these two, I think, can keep it together a little more. Yeah, we're gonna say that. I also feel like when they get to the crime scene, Cushing is gonna judge the police officers so hard. Or at least the ones who aren't working. Like, if there's someone just like standing there looking at the body, she's gonna be like, what? Is this what this country calls law enforcement? Go eat some donuts if you're not gonna be helpful. But nah, she's actually really nice. I just feel like when they're not working, she's gonna be on their ass. Like, this whole investigation site, everyone's gonna be at productivity to the max. So with that said, I'm really happy Chungyun's the partner because he's a hardworking boy. If he gets a little tired after putting in the work, Cushing's gonna be like, all right, I brought some lifesaver popsicles. You can have some, but then it's back to work. Like, they'll take breaks at least, so it's gonna be chill. I'm gonna say it's a team of Gigabrains. I'm kind of debating between intermediate, but Cushing is a really smart chick. Like, we've seen this girl in action. I think she's kind of on the same level as Ningguang. It's just Ningguang's more influential, like to the public eye, but Cushing gets that work done. Chongyun does too. Yeah, the spirit detective and the realist detective. That sounds like a good anime plot, yeah. All right, I need whoever Chi-Chi's partner is to have a lot of brain cells, because Chi-Chi's kind of missing some of those. Dude, this is fucking weird. Okay. So we have Dory and Chi-Chi. Huh. Okay, I think it's fair to say that Dory is probably the worst influential character Chi-Chi could possibly have as a partner. Now, it's not saying Dory's not smart, but the fact that Chi-Chi doesn't really think for herself that much, like she relies on her notebook. I feel like Dory is just gonna fill that notebook up with meaningless gibberish that is gonna turn Chi-Chi into another version of herself. Like when she gets back to Boo Boo Pharmacy after, Baiju's like, hey Chi-Chi. She's like, hey, what's up? How's it going? I know that's not how Dory talks, but still. Baiju's gonna be like, girl, what did you smoke? Give me some of that. But yeah, in terms of investigation partners, I think Dory is probably pretty good. Is she gonna abandon Chi-Chi? No, I don't think she's gonna abandon a lost child. I think that's kind of messed up. But I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna leave them in Blue's Clues territory. Because although Dory delves in the criminal underworld a little bit, I don't think she's the most well-versed in investigating. Like most of the time she's running away from Sino wherever he's at. Like she doesn't have time to think. But you know what? I'll put them at the bottom of intermediate. Yeah, very close to Blue's Clues, especially because of Chi-Chi. And yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I think it would be cute having them doing some simple crimes. Like these two short people come to the crime scene. Chi-Chi's probably so desensitized by death. She's gonna be like, oh, look, it's one of my brothers. Dory's like, girl, it's dead. Oh, wait, yeah. But we're gonna put them there. Yeah, that's a funny one. Next team.
It's the girl. Ooh, that's pretty nice.
Next, we got the girl Shinobu. I think she'd be pretty good. She's a stealthy, sneaky girl. And she's also really smart. She got that law degree. Guys, this is so similar to Ito Shinobu, it's not even funny. I love the mix of Shinobu being the hardcore realist to Fischl being the most delusional chick. Like, she goes to the crime scene. Oz is gonna be the one talking to the police, and they're just like, hey, why am I talking to this bird? And why is it smarter than me? But Fischl's like, observe as I solve this crime. But then she's gonna see the dead body, and she's gonna be like, no thank you. The prinzessin doesn't want to touch that. Like, nah, I feel like she'd be freaked out. Like, she would break character the second she sees someone dead. And Shinobu's like, girl, we're partners. You signed up for this job. Let's do it. And she's like, okay, I'll investigate the surroundings. My fair Shinobu. You investigate the dead body. I'm not touching that shit. So with that in mind, them just interacting is literally comedy gold, guys. I would so pay money for a slice of life anime of just Shinobu and Fischl going about their daily lives. That would be amazing. But with that said, Shinobu is definitely carrying this team. I don't think she's abandoning Fischl because she never abandoned Ito because she's a very loyal girl. So I'm gonna say it is an overall intermediate kind of group. We're gonna put them there. If Fischl was alone, I would put her in Blue's Clues level mysteries. Like no dead bodies, just some wholesome stuff. But yeah, they give me a lot of sister energy for some reason. I love that, yeah.
Next team.
Zhang Dong! Will Zhang Dong and his Rizzy, Zhang Dong, you see what I did there, be able to solve this mystery?
Ooh, ooh.
when best girl meets best dad, or Neuvillette might be best dad now, but one of the best dads. I'm gonna say it right now, I think this would be a really wholesome dynamic because some people in this community think Zhang Dong is boring, and Yoimiya is the exact opposite of boring. She's the most peppy, fun, can low-key probably be a bit of an arsonist if she wanted to sometimes. But she's the type to accept anyone, so if Zhang Dong goes on one of his spiels, she's gonna attentively listen and not show no disrespect. Like, she's gonna look at him with those eyes full of interest. Like, y'all need a girl like Yoimiya, she's great. But anyway, as a detective team, I feel like Zhang Dong might get distracted talking to the officers on the scene, and Yoimiya's like, whoa, cool, a dead body. And then Zhang Dong's like, sorry, officer, I must go with my associate to investigate. Yoimiya, that is indeed a dead body. If you look at his face, he is clearly not breathing. And she's like, whoa, cool. Nah, Yoimiya's a smart girl. I'm not giving her enough credit. Zhang Dong, I think, is probably the smartest god aside from Nahida. Or even maybe on her level, yeah. Depending on what you like classify smart as in quotations. But I'm gonna say this is very intellectual, mostly because of Zhang Dong. If Yoimiya was investigating by herself, I think it would be more of a wholesome kind of investigation, not some murder stuff. But Zhang Dong takes this from an E to everyone to rated PG-13 kind of investigation, yeah. And bro, the father and daughter dynamic would be so precious here. Like, holy shit. Prochaine group. Oh, it's finally time! Now we might be able to get a Fatui group if he gets paired with Linny Boy, but I don't really want that because he's a wholesome lad. I kind of want him with...
I don't know.
Oh! Oh! Dottore really is destined to always be with wholesome individuals. I'm about to throw the hottest take in the world out there right now. I think Dottore, low-key, might be smarter than Nahida. I feel like that's probably up for debate. Their whole interaction in Sumeru when they were fighting for the Gnosis was so good. Like, none of them really won. But anyway, I mean, Dottore got 2 of them, but still. Now, with that said, he has a really nice, energetic, peppy, more than likely would solve Blue Clues kind of mystery partner. Like, I feel really bad for Amber. I'm gonna say he's probably gonna abandon her. Like, she's not gonna know who he really... Wait! Would she try to get revenge for Kaili? Now that I think about it, she is gonna know who he is. Okay, maybe she'll come back with like half of Mondstadt's military. When she originally gets paired with him, he's not gonna know who she is, but she's gonna be biding her time because she know damn well who this evil man is. And she's gonna approach him in the middle of the night with the entire Knights of Favonia squad. And Dottore's probably gonna kill all of them. Fuck. I don't see a happy ending. I'm just gonna say Dottore abandons Amber. I don't think she's interesting enough for him to experiment on her, which is a very good thing. That was a compliment, Amber, trust me. But yeah, he can solo this. The only one who can compete with Nahida in the brain department. But he's going here because he's, you know, by himself. Yeah. Next team. Oh, he'd be pretty good as well, yeah. Next up, we have our boy Kaya. He's used to seeing crime. Okay, Nilu is bringing out the cinnamon bun side of Kaya. She has to. Like, Kaya's a really chill dude with Klee. And honestly, even though he's suspicious and potentially the 10th ranked harbinger, sorry, I'm just keep throwing that 10th rank out there because we don't know who it is. And there's definitely a missing one because Piero, I'm pretty sure he's rank 0. There's even a hint about that in Fontaine, but anyway. I feel like Kaya's the type of dude who all of the police officers know him. Like, the second he struts onto the scene, they're like, hey, it's Kaya. What's good, my dude? How's it going? He's like, not too shabby. This is my new assistant. Her name is Nilu. And they're all like, hey, Kaya, that's a beautiful lady you got there. But no, that's not the kind of thing we're going for. So, I think Nilou is a little too wholesome for this kind of life, and Kaya is gonna be aware of that. So I'm pretty damn sure he is gonna go solo and abandon Nilou for the greater good, because he cares about people. Like, that's very apparent. If he was paired with Klee, he would do the same thing. Although the thing is, Nilou does have a high sense of justice and morality. Like, she'd want to bring the perpetrator to justice, but at the same time, it might put her at risk. And yeah, Kai's not about to let that happen with this cinnamon bun girl, so that's what we're gonna go with. Yeah, a very wholesome team though. Next pair. It's been so long, my boy Ito. Well, I mean, it's just been a while since we've done a tier list, but what's good? I wonder if he's paired with Alhaitham. Wait, we only have 5. Wait, put him with Alhaitham, I'm begging you. Yeah, that works too. That's also good. Yo, I feel bad for any police officer who is standing in A's way at the crime scene. Bro, she about to musono hito touch. Actually, no. She's a bit of a different person now. She's not just gonna go to straight up blood like the puppet. This is A we're talking about. And her being paired with Ito is just comedy gold. I feel like they would constantly be arguing with each other. Ito's gonna be like, hey, haven't I seen you somewhere before? She's like, I don't recall. Maybe you met my twin puppet sister thing. But them going to a crime scene together is cracked, guys. Ito's just gonna be like, move over, officers. It's Private Investigator Ito with his assistant. Hey, what's your name again? My name is A, nice to meet you, I can't cook. Yeah, this is A, she's gonna be helping me. They're like, can we see some ID, sir? He's like, oops, must have forgot it in my other pants. Well, that doesn't matter, just look how amazing I am. And they're like, sorry, sir, we can't allow you. He's like, what do you mean? He basically starts fighting with the police officers, while A is just in the background like, nice weather we're having today, isn't it? Like, nah, even if they were to investigate, I don't think they're big enough brain for this kind of thing. Like, if I'm being nice, it would be Blue's Clues, but I gotta put them in small brain. I know A is an Archon, but she also shut herself away for like 500 or just a long time. I don't remember how long it was, but I don't think this is working out. No, it would be funny to see though.
Oh, okay.
Now we have a really intellectual boy with Alhaitham. Ooh, him and D-Luke would be really interesting. I kind of want to see that.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait, why is there an L instead of an I? Whatever. It's Yunjin and Al. This is going to be kind of weird. Also, for some reason, I just realized that Kirarada is also not on the wheel. I keep doing this. Yingar's there. We're just gonna, yeah, don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Mistakes happen, okay? So as for this dynamic duo we got over here, Alhaitham's definitely the type to abandon, like, at least 80% of these characters during an investigation, because he's a big brain enough to be a world famous detective, but I don't think he's gonna go that extra mile. Like, as long as he's making like 6 digits a year and can live a comfortable life, the man's not gonna overexert himself. They're gonna ask him for help on like the most important case in the world, and he's gonna be like, this is above my pay grade, can you please ask someone else? Like, no, he's a good person. He'll do it reluctantly, but he's not gonna like go crazy. So I'm gonna say he's probably just giga-brained. He's not gonna be famous because he doesn't want to. But since he's partnered with a famous opera singer, I think he's gonna abandon her, yeah. He's gonna be like, this is too much unwanted attention from my girl over here. Mind you, I don't think she's gonna annoy him, because she's not annoying. She's just really chill, but she's also really popular. So I think he's gonna want to stay away. That's my little take on that duo. But if Yunjin was to investigate alone, I think she would be intermediate, because she is a smart girl as well. Yeah. And finally, the last 2 teams. It's been almost 3 hours since I'm recording. Video's probably gonna be an hour and a half.
Ooh, okay.
Next, we got Daddy D-Luke. Okay, he seems like a very smart man, yeah? Oh, wait, this is kind of bad. Wait. First, we fail to pull Linny on stream. Then, he gets paired with the Fatui hunting man. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna say he keeps his identity under wraps, but then again, Diluc has like so many connections. If he was to find out, I don't think he's gonna kill him because he has a really tragic backstory. Like, I feel like Diluc would connect to him a bit, but like, this isn't gonna work. I think there is gonna be some fighting going on, to say the least. But if they were to like investigate, Diluc is the silent type that when he walks up to the police officers, they just stand aside. They're like, don't even talk to him. One of the new guys is like, hey, who's the guy in the red hair? They're like, shut up. Don't you know that's Master Diluc? He's so rich. He's the one probably paying our salary. And if he was to go solo, I can easily see him not being quite world class, mind you, but being super giga brain. But I think him and Linny are gonna fight. I don't want this route. You know what? No, they could definitely get here, but we're gonna say they are some giga brain individuals. In Linny's story quest, guys, the man is the Riz god, and he got that girl to justice pretty damn quickly with some giga brain tactics. I'm not gonna spoil it too much, even though I kind of did. But yeah, we're gonna leave them in the giga brain. Although, yes, they might fight. That might happen. And finally, we have Kirara and Yingar. Kirara being the curious cat, kind of similar to Razor. I feel like she'd sniff out clues, but her partner over here is probably too busy flirting with the police officers. She probably dumped Timaeus' ass after he got fired by Hazo. But I'm gonna say it's probably some Blue's Clues level stuff. I don't think it's gonna be massive, because Kirara would need some support from her partner, which I don't think she's really getting from Yingar, to be honest. Alright guys, that was the Detective Partners Investigating a Murder tier list. That's a really long title, so we're probably gonna change that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're getting back into the tier list now. I missed this a lot. These videos are getting insanely long though. Like, it's been 3 hours since I've recorded, but again, it's gonna be half the time for y'all probably. Feel free to like and sub for the algorithm, much appreciated. But take care and have a good one, guys. Peace.